What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. It's Alana Coke. If you didn't know, today I got a brand new story time for you. Yes, honey, get to it. And I actually did something a little different this time. I did a get ready with me, and I filmed myself doing this beautiful, like, soft glam type of makeup. Now, if you're not new to my channel, then you already know over here either we light it up or we drink some wine. So go ahead and get you some party favorites, girl. Get you some snacks, get you something to eat, get you some wine, get you something to relax. I don't even know what I titled this video. I don't know if I said like story time with my weirdest friend ever, but you seen the title. So if you want to see your girl tell the story and do my makeup, keep on watching.
Yes.
I know, we switching it up. I'm not really going for a particular look today. I honestly I want to do like that soft TikTok highlight under the eye, you know, the whole 9 yards, y'all. I want my face to look perfect. So we're going to go in with makeup today. I already washed my face, but first we are going to get a little zooted, okay? It's a Friday. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. It's a Friday night. Everybody's out partying at the club. I'm just home watching Poor Minds, and I thought, why not record a video while I, you know, on a little ganja and do my makeup, girl. I'm gonna do my eyebrows first. Yep. If you see me looking over here, it's because I got a mirror right here. So yeah. I also bought this clip. I honestly need two. I was trying to do the pulled back professional YouTube look, but this is gonna have to do for now. Y'all, I just wanted to come on here. I just wanted to say I'm so sorry that my wig looked a mess in this video. It's bothering me, so I know it's bothering some of y'all. So I just want to apologize in advance for my wig looking a hot mess in this video. Next time, my wig will be on point, okay? I didn't end up fixing the wig until the end of the video when I was done my makeup. So, yeah. Back to the story. This story starts all the way back when I was in middle school, and y'all about to be like, girl, you about to tell me tea from middle school? Yes, honey, because y'all gotta hear this story, okay? Basically, I was going to the same school from like kindergarten all the way up until like 6th grade. Then I got kicked out of my school because they found out I didn't live in the neighborhood anymore. My mom had got married, so we relocated and they found out. So next thing you know, like my world is all topsy-turvy, okay? I've already went to a new school and now I'm going to a whole new school because it's time to go to like, what's it called? 7th grade, 8th grade, you know what I'm saying? So like I said, I'm about to be in 7th grade, and you know, the school I just went to, the school I just attended was a disaster. Like the school I went to in 6th grade, it was just, I only went to that school for 6th grade. I went through a lot of changes in that school. So I'm going to a new school again, and I'm honestly just like, I don't know, I always kind of felt like ever since I left the original school, which I had friends from all the way from, you know, 1st grade, you know what I'm saying? So I was definitely stressed out about that. Like, I just kind of felt like I was going to a whole new school again. You know, I was hopeful, but then again, I was hopeful, but my mom and my stepdad relocated me again. So now I was in like a more predominantly white neighborhood. And so I was now going to a predominantly white school for 7th grade. The plan was I was going to stay there until it was time for me to go to high school. So I was like, okay, cool, whatever. Let's just get it over with. So I go to school one day. So I show up to school and, you know, I'm the new girl in town. Honestly, I looked a hot mess because I did not hit my glow up back then. So anyway, I go to school, everybody's like, oh, who's this girl? Who's this girl? And you could tell that just like the school that I got kicked out of, all of these people like pretty much knew each other for the most part. They had already been going to school, so you know, I really was the new girl. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know how it is when you walk in and like everybody already has their like clique already situated, and everybody's just like, who's she? Like, we did not get the memo that she was coming. Let me blend this out real quick. So I don't remember how me and this girl got acquainted, but I ended up meeting this girl and she became my best friend, and we're gonna call her Shigo. I don't know why. I really don't know why. I just thought of it. Shigo was like super pretty, guys. Like she even like back then we were all in our awkward phases, like all of us, because you're like in 7th grade. But she was still like, you could tell that she was cute. People still tried to like act like she wasn't all that because she was kind of quiet and shy, kind of like nerdy kid traits, if you would even call it that. But people would try to play her because she had like acne and stuff, and you know, we were young, so you know, it is what it is with that situation. I don't really, you know, the acne is like so common. But I already saw the vision. Like, she became my friend. I don't even remember how, but I just remember our auras just connected. Like, Shigo was super sweet, and she had like a very calm demeanor. She had like a cute voice, and you know, right off the bat, we just got along, okay? So I became her friend, and I just started hanging around with her and her friends. Like, I'm in a new school, I don't really know anybody, you know what I'm saying? Well, I start meeting Shigo's friends. I think I'm pretty much done with the eyes. I'm just gonna do some eyeliner and call it a day. I don't even know if y'all can hear that, but it's raining outside. So actually, hold on, let me disconnect it. Actually, let's use a smaller brush. Okay, we're done with the eyes, finally. Let me take a hit, because I was stressed out. So, like I said, after I met Shigo, I started hanging out with Shigo's friends, mainly because like they seemed pretty cool, you know. They just became my friend group, you know. I didn't really have anybody else, so I wasn't really choosy about it. You know, I've never been the type of person to like be like, oh no, I don't want to be friends with you, you know what I'm saying? So we're hanging out, you know. If we have a class where we can like talk to each other, or if we have a class where there's group projects and we actually have one another in the class, we would talk to each other. Now, I'm gonna let this sit for a bit, and yeah. So in the group, there was, I wanna say there was at least like 5, I wanna say there was 5 of us in total, either 5 or 6, but like, just the characters that I'm gonna mention in the story is just gonna be me, Shigo, the girl that the story time is about, which we're gonna name her Kim. We're gonna name her Kim Possible, but we're just gonna call her Kim. I don't know why, y'all, but it just makes sense. Shigo, Kim. So there's me, Shigo, Kim. There's a guy, and we're gonna call him Ron. And then I wanna say there was like 2 other guys that kind of would hang out with us, you know, at recess or whatever you call it. I want to say like we did have like 2 other people that would hang out with us, but they stopped hanging out with us, or me stopped hanging out. I feel like, I don't know y'all, but it's me, Shigo, Kim, and Ron. So Ron is the guy of the group, and he ends up dating Shigo, and you know, they were boyfriend and girlfriend and whatever. But it didn't start off like that. So 7th grade year, that's the squad I'm hanging out with right now because I don't know anybody else. We're basically, you know, hanging out at lunch. Then after lunch, we go to recess. We're all hanging out, you know. We're kind of like, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even know, but Shigo was a part of like, I guess you would call it like the weirdos or like the anime nerds. That was like our group. Mind you, I've never really been a heavy anime person, but when I met them, I started to get into anime more because that's what my friends liked. You'll see what I mean in a minute. So I'm gonna let this dry down a little bit, and then I'm gonna keep talking. So I'm noticing that I'm a part of the reject club, but I don't really care because, you know, Shigo was my girl, that was my homegirl. I was gonna ride with her. Like, I just didn't care. I've never been the type of person to even like care about being in the cool clique, especially because, like I said, this was a predominantly white school. So like, out of all the black kids that were in my like my 7th grade class, Shigo, she was all I needed. She was kind of like me. Like, we had a side to us that nobody really knew. Like, we knew that we were gonna be baddies growing up, but we just had to stick it out in the mud. Like, we just had to stick it out. Like, who cares what these people think of us? Like, and the reason I'm saying this is because, like, after lunch, when you go to recess or whatever, we would be chilling out there. You know, we would chill by the benches. My group of friends would just gravitate towards like a secluded corner of like everybody else is playing over here, going over there, doing this, doing that. So it's like there's other grades lower than us. So there's like things you can play with and all that other stuff. So kids chilling over here, there's kids chilling over here. And we would just kind of chill by the benches and just, you know, talk, make jokes, laugh, you know, have a good time. But I would notice that like we were secluded, like we were like away from the crowd. We were away from the coolest kids. We were away from all of that. We were just in our own little world, having a good time nonetheless, but we were in our own little world. So one day I am chilling with the gang, you know what I'm saying? I'm chilling with the gang at recess or whatever you call them. So not only did I notice that, but I also noticed that Kim, the girl, and actually, so I know how you guys are probably thinking like Chigo was like the antagonist, the villain, the bad girl. But in the story, it's the opposite way, okay? Kim, she's the one you gotta watch out for in the story. So Kim, I had noticed that Kim was being weird, like not in like it wasn't like, oh, like get away from me type of thing, but it was more so like I would peep that her and Ron would like talk to each other off the sidelines sometimes. And I just noticed that like she had a side to her that she wasn't really showing me. Like that's the best way I can put it. She had a side to her that she wasn't really showing me. So one day I'm at lunch, recess, whatever you want to call it, and we're outside, you know, doing our thing, whatever the case may be. And this time we're not in the corner. Oh no, we're not in the corner. We're standing in kind of like a semicircle. At first we weren't, like we were playing some type of game, we were laughing, joking. It's a nice day outside, the weather's nice. So we kind of was, you know, vibing, doing our own thing. And next thing you know, they're all surrounding me in like a semicircle. Naturally, the flow of things, like Kim said something to Ron, like she was like, oh, and then like Ron started like walking closer to us. And then like, we were all still talking and joking and stuff. So I didn't think anything of it. Like they're just walking towards me. So then they get closer and Kim has like this weird look on her face, y'all. And so does Ron. They both have this weird look on their face. Mind you, I told you, I already could tell that Kim had a side to her that I wasn't seeing yet. And you know, it was a side that only I hadn't seen. Like her being there before and her understanding these people, she didn't really comment. She didn't really tell me too much. Me and Chigo would have class together. So we would use that time as like me and her time. So she didn't really say much, guys. Like she didn't really tell me much. So this event caught me for a surprise, to say the least. I love this. I use two things to contour. I use cream contour and I use powder because contour is like so important to me, y'all. Cause watch this. So anyway, fast forward to now and we're chilling outside, and you know, next thing you know, Kim, she's like, hey, like Alana, like we gotta talk to you. So by the time she says this, I'm looking around and I notice that everybody's kind of like surrounding me, but like we're all like not super close, but we weren't like, I don't know how to describe it. Like I was right here, like Chigo was like right here. So we're not too far, but we're like all like kind of like together, you know what I'm saying? So I'm noticing this, but the only people who weren't really close to me at this point was kind of like Ron, but Ron and Kim were kind of like standing kind of close to each other. So I'm like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying?
Girl, what's going on?
So Kim tells me, she goes, hey, we've been hanging out for some time. We really like you, you know what I'm saying? I like you. I feel like I can trust you now. But I just need to tell you something. So as she's saying this, I'm looking at the people around me. And so the first person I look at is Ron. And Ron is looking at me. And I just want to keep, just for like appearance wise, so you know what everybody looks like. Ron was like this black boy, and Chigo is like this she was black. I think Chigo was black and Native American. She was either black and Indian or black. She was black or something, y'all. Man, it wasn't even like she was just saying that either. Like she really, you could tell that she was black. And like, I don't want to like be rude or anything, so forgive me if I'm like trying to be offensive, but she honestly looked Native American. Like the way she would talk about like her background, how like highly she thought about it. I'm pretty sure that's what she was. So anyway, the only person who wasn't black is Kim. Kim is like a white girl. I need to set under my eyes. Well, I guess I should do my contour first, huh? So I look at Ron And Ron is looking at me and he is looking real nervous. Like he's looking real shook up. Like he's looking at me as if whatever I respond has the potential to like make or break this friend group or something. Like that's how he's looking at me like. So I'm like, and then I look over at Shiko and she's looking at me like with this expression as if like, she was just kind of like she was just waiting to see how I was gonna react. You could just tell, like she was just waiting to see what I was about to say. And Kim is looking at me like this. Kim is dead serious. She is not messing around with me. She's not fucking around with your girl. I'm like, okay, what? I don't know what she's about to say. And hold on, honestly, I'm not even trying to be funny right now. I thought she was gonna tell me that she has some type of like body odor problem. I thought she was gonna say like, oh, I have a body odor problem, because like, she used to smell all the time. Like she used to smell like sweat. Like, you know that smell that you get when you forget to put deodorant on and then you go to school and you're doing a relay race and like you just sweating and you just smell like stank. That's what she smelled like all the time. Like in the mornings, if it rained, if it snowed, like she always smelled like mad body odor. And I never brought it up to her either. Like I never told her like, oh girl, you smell. Like I never said anything to her. And because like sometimes like the meaner black girls in our class would just like, like, you know what I'm saying? So it was just kind of like, I felt like it wasn't my place to tell her. Like I don't know, like she was my friend and I know as her friend, I should have told her that she stink, but I felt like she already knew that. And I also felt like there was a deeper reason behind it. Like I felt like maybe she couldn't afford it. Like I just didn't know what was going on. And it just wasn't my place. It just wasn't my place. That wasn't my business. Like it just didn't matter to me that she stank. Like I just didn't really care. Like I'm looking at her and I'm like, okay, like tell me, like, you know, I'm down. I'm not gonna judge you. Like, just tell me what you gotta say. Just say what you gotta say, girl. Open your heart, open your mind. Tell me what you need to tell me. So she looks at me and she goes, as if her first disclaimer wasn't enough. This girl looks at me dead in my face and goes, and if you don't believe me, I'm gonna have to kill you.
What did he say?
She looks me dead in my face and says, I have to tell you something, and it's serious. And if you don't believe me, I'm gonna have to kill you. Y'all, she gave me the coldest glare. This girl said, I'm gonna have to kill you. I said,
I'm ready to go to war.
I'm not going down without a fight. So, what's all these threats? Y'all, when she said that to me, I'm still steady looking at Ron and Shigo. I'm like, my black people, are you gonna save me from this crazy lady? Like,
that's some Europeans circling around the prince. I don't have to pull off the shoddy.
Are you gonna tell me what's tea? Or they still looking at me dead? They're not saying anything. So at this point, I'm getting the sense that maybe Miss Kim, she's really real in the street. She might be a real gangster because ain't nobody testing her G right now. So I'm not, you know, I don't have no friends, okay? I don't have no friends. So I'm like, all right, what's up? Like, cause now she got me intrigued. What you got to say, sis? She talking about some, yeah. Have you ever seen the anime show Bleach? No. Mind you, like I said, I knew they liked anime, but they was talking about Bleach characters, but like, I did not know the show. I was not familiar. So she was like, oh, well, the main character, his name is, yo, I'm gonna look up the name. Hold on, y'all are about to gag, I swear. So this girl looks at me and she goes, you know the show Bleach? I'm like, no, I'm not familiar. I'm not familiar. She talking about some, oh, well, the main character, Ichigo Kurosaki. Hopefully I said that right. Ichigo Kurosaki? I think maybe that's Kurosaki. Ichigo Kurosaki.
Who and who?
I don't know, y'all. I'll put the picture of the man on the screen. So she like, the main character, Ichigo, that's my man.
Oh, that's good for you, baby.
Sis, what that got to do with me? And he lives inside of me.
Bruh.
Y'all, the way my jaw wanted to drop, I wanted to look at her like, girl, excuse me. She talking about, yeah, like when I close my eyes and go like this, I've now turned into Ichigo. And when I go like this again, I'm back to myself. I'm back to Kim. So y'all, again, I am looking at The only two black people in sight. I'm trying to figure out what's tea right now. They looking at me like, you better believe it, bitch. They looking at me like. And Ron looking at me like, he real nervous, because I feel like Ron genuinely did not know whether or not she was telling the truth. And him being so close to her, I feel like he had seen it up close. So he was looking at me like, she ain't lying. Like, he was looking at me like, what you got to say, girl? So what am I about to say? What would you say in the moment? I don't know what you would say. Don't even tell me. Because you know what I said? I said, oh, okay. Shit, you want to blink and turn into Ichigo? Okay. Okay. Because when I blink, I want to turn into Sailor Mars. When I blink, I want to turn into Rihanna. But it is what it is. So I'm going to let you go ahead with that. I'm not even going to question you. It is what it is. Like, whatever. So she's saying all this and all that, talking about how when she closes her eyes, she turns into her favorite Bleach character. And he's also her boyfriend. That's her man. And she wants to beside him, like, period. So y'all, as you can imagine, when I went home that day, I felt like I had a day. I was, wow. So after I ended up believing her, whatever, from that moment forward, we had algebra together because I was good at math. I remember this class. And I eventually, I didn't always sit next to them. So when my teacher moved me closer to the point where I could sit right by, or if I had a sub or anything like that, I feel like our teacher was letting us sit wherever we wanted to sit. And then because we talked so much, she kind of rearranged seats for all the kids. But anyway, yeah, when I would sit next to Kim, I also would sit close to Ron, because Ron also had that class. Me, Kim, and Ron had that class together. We had algebra. And y'all, when I tell you, this girl, we would be mid-conversation. It would literally be like this. Oh, what'd you get for number 46? And she'd be like, oh, I got 5. And then she'd be like,
hey, mama, heard about you to get a new friend, huh? Yeah.
But this is literally Kim. She's still Kim, still a white woman, talking to me like this. So it would be kind of funny. I would laugh, and Ron would say stuff, and they would bounce, because Ron actually watched Bleach, so he would understand the references. And when he would say certain things, oh, I gotta get my da-da-da, he would understand it, and he would respond, and whatever the case may be. So listen, as far as I'm concerned, whatever it is that Kim want to do, that's what Kim want to do. It don't got nothing to do with me. So I'm letting her rock out in her. Well, she said that's what happens. Honestly, obviously, I didn't really believe it. And then I think at one point, me and Chigo had a conversation, and she was like, do you believe it? And I was like, no. And she was like, me neither, but it's okay. We're just gonna act like we do, because she's our friend, and she's gonna get really upset, and blase. She has stuff going on at home. And so once she kind of told me oh yeah, we're just gonna support her, whatever the case may be, I completely, I really didn't care after that. I was just like, hey, if this is what she wants to do, who am I to stop her? Honestly, who am I to stop her? Because to be honest, later on I found out that, anyway, I'm not even gonna go into that because that's gonna get too deep. But I was doing research on mental health and stuff, and it turns out that may or may not have been a coping mechanism for her. So I don't know. Anyway, moving on. So as far as I'm concerned, this girl, Kim, is a hot mess, but I still am going, because even though she did stink and she did close her eyes and turn to a character that not only was it she turned into a character, but I also just I wasn't familiar with it. So but all in all, in general, when I would walk with her and other girls would make fun of her for smelling so bad, I would just kind of just walk next to her. I would just be there for her, just because, I don't know, she was my friend at the time. And even though I could have said, hey, don't say that or whatever, it was kind of true. I'm not about to let them lie to her. But at the same time, don't be rude. She knows she stink. Y'all have said it over and over again. Get a new line. It's getting tired. As time goes on, me and Kim, we actually started to develop a friendship. We would walk home sometimes because the neighborhood I lived in, mind you, I said my mom had moved me into a whiter neighborhood. She moved me into like the neighborhood that, like this was a neighborhood school. So obviously I was in the neighborhood. And Kim also lived in the neighborhood. She actually lived like a couple houses down from the school. Like she was probably like a 15-minute walk, if not 10. Like it was probably like less than 10 minutes, but I'm just trying to, you know, because I don't know, it was a long time ago. So me and Kim would be walking around sometimes, and she eventually points out this house. Now, mind you, usually when we would walk home, my walk was farther than hers. So she lived like, what, like maybe a 10-15 minute walk away from the school. I lived like a 20-25 minute walk, and I didn't mind. I could have took the bus, but because I lived in the neighborhood, I got to know the area just by riding the bus. I was like, you know, I know where I'm going. I can walk home. Like, it is what it is. I can go to McDonald's. I used to like getting Sundays and all the other stuff. Anyway, so I never really cared to like stop and go into Kim's house, and she never offered either. Like, she made it seem very, she made her house, she wasn't happy at home, I don't think. Like, I don't remember her saying anything positive about where she stayed. I think she tried to keep it very secretive, and she was just very like, she would go home, she would just, you know, turn and go down her street, go walk up to her doorway, and you know, I would just keep walking home. Like that, I would say bye, she would say bye, and you know, that was that. So anyway, as we're walking home together after school, she points out a house, and it's like a couple houses down from her house. But it's easily walking distance from hers. She points out the house and she goes, you know, my boyfriend Ichigo lives there. And so I'm like, oh, okay, like cool. Like, oh really, like it's cool. Cause like, I mean, I honestly was kind of curious as to like her mind and stuff. So when she told me that, I think I was inquisitive. Like I was like, oh, like really, like blase blase. Like she was like, yeah, and that's his car. Like she was really like so confident, y'all. She was telling me everything. She was like, that's his house, that's his car, and he takes me out on a date in that car sometimes, and blah. Like she was just like telling me all about this man, and she loved him so much. There'd be days where, you know, eventually I wouldn't always walk home with her. Sometimes I would walk home with somebody else, and you know, time started changing, and you know, sometimes it wasn't even because of, you know, we weren't even friends, because I don't even think that was the reason. I think we were still friends. I just think that I started doing this after school program where I was like doing theater at this church because I loved drama club. And at the time, I didn't have a good drama club at the school, so I started to act in my local church's play. I didn't go to the church. It was a white church. I didn't go to the church, but I was a part of their theater program. And so I think because I started like leaving later, leaving early, I forget for what, I had to like leave at a certain time to get to practice. So I wouldn't always walk with Kim. Of course, I would walk past this house that Kim pointed out, and I would kind of just like, as I'm walking by it, got my headphones in, whatever I'm listening to music on. I don't know if it was like an MP3 player or what I had back then. But as I'm listening to music on my way home, I would always walk past the house because it was on the way to my house. So yeah, I would walk past this house sometimes, and you know, I would just kind of like always glance over it. I was curious to see, like, I always wanted to know if, was she lying? Like, because I honestly felt like maybe she knows this neighborhood, she knows that nobody lives in the house, so she picked that house, and maybe that's what she's telling me, because I would never see anybody. Like, I would never ever see anybody. But then I was thinking to myself, like, well, if that was the case, then where did the car come from? Like, you know what I'm saying? Where did the car come from? Like, if nobody lived there, like, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes the car would be moved in different parking spots. So yeah, so I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. The mystery remains. So then, while this is going on, me and Chigo were getting very, very close. At this point, you could say that me and Chigo are best friends. And it's getting to the point where we text all the time, you know what I'm saying? I know about the boys that she likes. I know how much she kind of likes Ron, and she knows about like the fact that I have like online boyfriends, because I was doing way too much back then. I'm not even gonna get into that right now. But I had an online boyfriend, and that I would text sometimes, like when I came home from school, and I could only text him when I had Wi-Fi, because I would text him over the internet. Me and her, we're exchanging secrets. Like, we're just talking, we're gossiping, blase, blase, blase. I don't know if Kim felt left out about the fact that we were so close, But I feel like she wouldn't feel that way because she had other friends that she would talk to in the school. Not a lot, but she had other friends. And then she would always talk to Ron. Like I thought they were like cool. So I don't know, but y'all, I don't notice any difference in her behavior, and neither does Chico. I forgot my lip gloss, y'all. Oh my gosh. I do not feel like getting up to get it, so I'm just gonna put on some baby lips. Chapstick, just for a little shine. Perfect. Oh, foundation. This also can be like a no foundation makeup look too, but I don't really wear foundation, y'all. That's why I said that. I only wear foundation like on my neck because I do have like spots right there. So cute. I'm feeling it. You feeling it? Let's finish this look and finish telling the story. But I'm finna one more time because I'm about to go to bed anyway. So y'all, fast forward to 8th grade and the same thing is still happening. I'm still with the same friends, but as time goes on, I don't know, like me and Chigo, we were still close. But around this time, I think she thought I liked her boyfriend, Ron. Cause me and Ron, we became close too. Well, we didn't become close, but we would joke around sometimes. But I didn't really like him. That was her boyfriend. But anyway, because of that, we had a miscommunication. And there was a period of time where we were kind of like, we were still friends, but you know, she had stuff going on that she was dealing with, and I had stuff going on that I was dealing with. And I think it was pretty deep. Like, I think that not to get too graphic, but I think, just know that we were going through things that you would see on Degrassi. Like, and if you don't know what Degrassi is, then you're just too young. But, and not the new class, the new generation, no. I'm talking about the old Degrassi. Well, I guess Euphoria. Okay, okay. So we were going through things that I guess you would see on Euphoria. There we go, that's better. We had our own lives going on, you know, whatever the case may be, you know. Cool, so around the time that we start having a miscommunication, Kim notices this and she jumps on the opportunity. So y'all, tell me why one day I get a text message and it's from Kim, and she's basically telling me that Chigo has been talking shit about me, y'all. Not my girl Chigo. Talking shit about me? I thought I was her best friend. She like, oh yeah, she told me this about you and And at the time, whatever she had said really got under my skin. Like whatever she said really just, oh, it irritated me so bad. Cause it was like, it was something that I felt like, really, like, why would she say that? Like she should know better type of thing. Like it was something that was deep personal. I don't even remember what she said, but let's just pretend for like the story's sake that Kim said like, and also Chico said that you just you are a attention whore and she's better looking than you. Like it was something like that. So I'm like, what? Like why would she say that? Like, so I'm going to school the next day and I'm going through it because I'm thinking to myself like, why is my friend being weird? But at the same time, like I just didn't know what to think of this whole situation, you know what I'm saying? So I go to school the next day. And tell me why I walk in the hallways. Mind you, this in 8th grade, me and Chigo didn't have a class together. We only had a class together 7th grade, but that didn't really matter because we still saw each other every day for lunch and recess, and we texted each other every night. Well, up until we started like having a miscommunication. So yeah, so tell me why, y'all. I'm going to school the next day and I see Chigo in the hallways and she don't say nothing to me. Like, I'm walking this way, she's walking this way, and she kind of like walks to me and like kind of looks away and doesn't say anything. So of course my middle school brain, I'm like, my world is upside down. I'm like, why would she do that? Like I'm in my brain, like on the outside, I'm trying to like just go to class, like, but y'all, I already didn't glow up yet. I was looking a hot mess. People in the school was like, already dubbing me as like this lame girl because I was hanging out with lame girls. So my reputation at this point is just like, it is what it is at this point. And you know, I was going through stuff outside of school. Like, it was just too much going on. Now, on top of that, my best friend is not talking to me. So now I'm thinking, well, maybe the stuff that Kim was telling me must be true. Because why else would she not be talking to me? She must got beef, okay? She must got beef for me. Me and Shigo stopped talking for at least a good week or two. Like, we was not talking. And it was like really weird and passive aggressive. Like, you could tell that it was tense around us. Like, it was giving like, she had her boyfriend, she wasn't worried about me no more. She was like, forget her. I'm like, like what? I'm like your man, girl. Like, what the fuck? Like, I was just like, like I was just irritated. So I just didn't know what was going on. What do you know? One day I'm minding my business, and y'all, it was around the time when like Kim kept telling me stuff. Like, Kim kept coming to me and kept telling me different stuff that she said about me. And then it would be like, Kim would be so slick with it. Like, she would ask me something like, oh, did you forget to watch your coochie for a week? Cause I heard you forgot to watch your coochie for a week. And then I would be like, no, who told you that? And she would be like, oh, well, Shigo told me that you forgot to watch your coochie for a week one time, and I just wanted to know if that was true. Like, she was going around telling people that you didn't watch your coochie for a week. And I would be like, bro, what? Like, I would go, I was so hot because it was just like, at this point, it's obvious. We are the people who are just not friends in the friend group right now. Like, we're not friends right now. Everybody else is friends. So for whatever reason, I don't know why, but Kim is like our liaison right now. All right, I said you guys are real nice, real sweet, so you can see me, y'all, and full of that, honey. So one day, y'all, and if you got this far, drop a like, by the way, and comment what you think so far. So one day, I'm at home minding my business, and I'm at my boiling point. It's getting to the point where I kind of want to like text Shigo and ask her what's good, because for whatever reason, we wasn't really like texting, and if we did text, it was like hostile, so it ended really quick. So like I would see her walking around and she would give me dirty looks as if I did something to her. So I was just kind of thinking like, what is going on right now? You know what I'm saying? So one day I'm at home, and y'all, I remember this day because I had my finger hovering over her name because I was going to text her. And I didn't have an iPhone back then. I probably had like a messenger phone. I'm literally about to click on her name and text her. Tell me why I get a text message from Shigo. And you know what she said? This girl talking about stop talking about me. I was like, ooh. I said, not you cursing me out.
I beg your pardon?
I said, sis, what you mean? Like, you don't want to talk about me. So when I got this message, mind you, I'm already mad because I was already in my room just pacing back and forth thinking about shit. So when she sent me that message, I sent her a message back. I said, first of all, anybody talking about you, you don't talk about me. Like, Kim keep telling me you talk about me. Like, what's good? Like, so what's up with that? Since you want to get crazy, we can get crazy.
What? I ain't said nothing about you. But Kim told me this and that and this and that and this and that.
I'm like, what? Bitch, I am shocked. I am shook. She shook the table. She shook the table. I swear. When she said that, the table was shook. So I text her. I'm like, girl, I did not say that. I'm like, Kim told me that you said XYZ about me. She go like, what? Why was she? So she been lying to both of us. Y'all, when I tell you, me and Shigo, we was hot, girl. We was so mad. We were so mad because it was just like, what's up with this girl? Basically, Shigo gets mad. She's like, yo, what's up with her? Like, and she's weird anyway. She never wear deodorant. She always stink. Like, she's just like, and can we, like, let's just talk about it. Like, she don't wear deodorant. She always stink. Then she over here talking about when she closed her eyes, she returned into a man. And that's a lie. And then I started thinking to myself, cause y'all, by this time, 8th grade, one day I was walking home. I don't know which day, but one day I was walking home. Why did I see a white man get out of the car? The same red car that was always parked in front of the house that she said that her man Ichigo lived in. A white man that didn't look nothing like Ichigo. He looked more so like Michael off of The Office. Michael, Ichigo. He didn't look nothing like Ichigo. Michael, Ichigo. Michael, Ichigo, like 2 different types of men, exactly, right? And then not only did he get out the car, he also went into the house and locked the door. I said, oh, Awadis. Let me stop, I can't. I said, oh, Awadis. I want to be Jamaican so bad, y'all. I'm so sorry. But no, for real, I really was just like, what is this? Because when I seen that man go into that house, I just kept that in my head. I was like, noted, this bitch is a liar. Like I always thought, being new, whatever, nothing new, nothing changed. So now I'm really thinking, and I'm really putting the pieces together that she has been lying to me this whole time. Like when I tell you, this had been going on for at least 2.5 weeks. Like it was going on a month at this point. That this girl, me and my best friend, we beefing because our other best friend, she's going to me talking about, oh, this, and going to her talking about, oh, that. So y'all, me and Shigo, we started planning to set her up. I know, childish. Maybe we shouldn't have did that. I don't know. But we started planning to set her up because we wanted to see, like, so I said that. Say it in front of my face. Say it in front of my face. I was just looking at her like, ooh, say it in front of my face, girl. Like, you are really making me mad right now. You're doing the most. I don't understand you.
Before, I was gonna keep it to myself, but actually, I think I'm a little bothered now.
So, girl, tell me why the next day at school, mind you, because we found out on the weekend, because Shigo texted me on Saturday. So we had, over the weekend, we discovered a plan. The plan was we was gonna go into school, and you know, at the end of the day, when it was time for us to all see each other again and blah, 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 when we go, because like we didn't want to wait for us all to have a certain class because we didn't have a certain class. And I even think that we was in the assembly for most of the days because, you know, they were doing assemblies and shit. So we were just like, all right, like we're going to wait until after school. Because I remember this day because it was a half day, y'all. It was a half day. We had an assembly for most of the day, a couple classes, and they let us out early. So y'all, everybody and their mama outside. All the kids getting picked up by their mommy and daddy. How cute. Everybody else in like 7th grade and in my grade, they're getting on a bus, you know, catching the bus home. Well, the other kids could have caught the bus home too, especially if they had like an older brother or something, but you know what I mean. Long story short, it's a lot of people on the blacktop and we're all like trying to go home. We're trying to like talk, mingle, whatever the case may be. I texted her. I said, Kim, I gotta talk to you about something. Like it's important. Like, I don't even know how I worded it, but I told her like to meet me. I said, before you go home, let's walk together, like whatever the case may be. She's like, okay, cool, no problem. So chilling. And oh, no. It was me and Ron. So me and Ron were sitting there and Shigo walks off because she's gonna keep watch to come back for whenever the girl comes back. Whenever Kim comes back, she was watching, but like Kim could not see her. So after a few minutes, you know, it took her some time, but finally, y'all, Kim comes out and she's skipping out like she's in a good mood, y'all. She's, hey guys, what's up? Ready to go? Like, what's up? Like, what's the tea for the day? Like, what happened? Like, what's popping? Like, what's up? So I'm looking at her and I'm like, yeah, like, like, we're talking. And I'm like, yeah, but I really want to talk to you about something. Next thing you know, Shigo comes out and she's like, we know you've been lying to us. And I'm like, yeah, why would you tell her that I said she's so hairy, her hair is so nappy that when she don't braid it, it's like matted up braided hair. And then Shigo was like, yeah, and why did you tell her that I said she don't be watching her coochie? Mind you, she didn't say these things, but I'm just making up stuff. Like, we're basically just like, why did you say this? Y'all, and when I tell you, this girl's face dropped. When I tell you, she went from to, I mean, she really said, it was as if she's seen a ghost. Like, we're basically just talking. Like, I'm like, why would you say this? And here goes Shigo, and why would you say that? And me. And then we know you've been lying. And before I could even bring up the fact that I know that she's lying about the whole Ichigo, my boyfriend, he lives there and blase. Because it was to the point where, like, of course it was like I knew that to an extent. Of course I knew like it wasn't true, but she had created such an elaborate story with this person. Like, she would tell us like elaborate things, and so it was just like, girl, before I can even get to that, do y'all know this girl ran off? She straight turned around. We're talking to her. Next thing you know, I see the back of her head. She said, and she ran all the way home. Y'all, when I tell you, we were shocked. Like, me and Shigo, we were just like, it was honestly a run. Like, she ran, like she was out of it. Y'all, by the time we could get over the shock, this girl was around the corner, up the street, still running. she was running. Like, we literally saw, she really could have stopped running because she got farther enough to the point where like she was far enough from the school, but she didn't look back once. She just ran all the way home. She ran all the way home. She stopped coming to school, y'all. Like, I didn't see her for at least a couple of days, like at least a week. Actually, no, I think she didn't come to school. I think we had like a week or two left before summer. So I think she just didn't go to school for the last 2 weeks. Like, I don't know. I just remember I just didn't see her at all. Like, I just didn't see her. Like when she ran home, I literally had never seen her ever again. Like, because, you know, after 8th grade, you go to 9th grade. So I'm going to high school now. Like, we went to 2 different high schools. I literally never seen this girl again. Never, ever. I would walk past her house all the time, y'all. And it was just so crazy to me, y'all. And I just, for the rest of my summer, like, I would think about her. And I got a text message, maybe like 2 weeks later, I got a text message and it was from her. She had been calling and she actually called me and left me a voicemail. And the text basically said, like, I'm sorry, like, I know what I did wasn't right, and blase, can we still be friends? Because she knew that I still lived in the neighborhood, and now that school was over, and Shigo did not live in the neighborhood. Like, Shigo always took the bus, so she didn't live in the neighborhood. And yeah, like, I guess she wanted to become friends with me again. I guess she was lonely and she missed the friendship. But I never texted back, and the voice message was just her. She was kind of like crying, but not like in tears. It was like she had just got done crying, and she was just like, you know, I'm just really sorry. And she sounded so apologetic, but I don't know, like, it was something about the way that she tried to go about it. It was all very weird, and I felt like I had no need to rehash the friendship. I just didn't. So yes, y'all, if you enjoyed the story, give me a like, comment, and subscribe. I'm gonna go to bed because it's literally 2 o'clock in the morning. It was 2:30 and I have to go to work tomorrow. I'm tripping. But like I said, give me a like, a comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye. Oh, and tell me what you guys think about this makeup look too. I think it's giving. If you guys are interested in this wig, I just reviewed it on my channel, so check that out. I got this wig for only $88. Like, it was $90 with shipping. Can't get any better than that. And I got it off of Amazon Prime, so it came to me in 2 days. So check that out, you know, shameless plug or whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna go to bed. See y'all next time.
That's how you fucking do it. That's how you clear a bitch.